I read thousands of articles about violent conflicts that were really just escalations or retaliations for previous conflict. And it was through this that I really learned that so often violent conflict just leads to more violent conflict, and it can and should be avoided. My name is Colleen Devlin. I have a background in resource conflict. I grew up playing on, in, and around the river that ran past my hometown. So I've always had a real passion for environmental stewardship. I got my bachelor's from the College of William and Mary. My degrees are in public policy and environmental science and policy. While I was studying at the College of William and Mary, I was a coder for the Social Conflict in Africa database, also known as SCAD. And that's where I developed my real passion for peace. I went and got my master's degree at the University of California, Santa Barbara, or UCSB, in political science. And my studies during graduate school were mostly on environmental governance. Well, I began as an intern at Secure Fisheries, and I worked to develop the fisheries conflict database. And I'm now the project manager of the database. To be clear, fisheries conflict is not about fish fighting each other. I get that a lot. It's about disputes between at least two groups of people over a fisheries resource. So this can be domestic and foreign fishers fighting over fishing territories. It can be domestic fishers mobilizing against their government or governance institutions, or it can be piracy aimed at fishing vessels. So there's a whole spectrum of fisheries conflict examples. And lots of factors can cause and escalate fisheries conflict, including poverty, advances in gear technology, weak governance, and civil unrest. So our team wanted to better understand the causes and consequences of fisheries conflict in order to develop mitigation mechanisms. Well, fisheries conflict is a very underreported problem, but it's really important to understand, especially the intensity and frequency of it, because it poses a major threat to the stability of coastal communities. Declining fish populations, rising demand for seafood, and efforts to reduce illegal fishing they're increasing the risk that conflict over fisheries resources will undermine stability, because fisheries are a significant source of food security and livelihoods for people in the region. So Secure Fisheries works to build sustainable peace in the Somalia region by working with coastal communities to develop the resilience of their fisheries as well as their fisheries management structures. Secure Fisheries is working with Carrier to develop a unbroken cold chain system. Unbroken cold chain means that a fish will stay cold from when it is caught and gets on the boat to when it's delivered in the market. So this requires ice boxes on the boat, cold storage in the village, refrigerator trucks, cold storage in the markets. We're building a pilot program in a fishing community in Puntland with the hope that we can expand this program to other communities in the region. Why does this matter? Why are we doing this? Because just off the coast of Somalia are some of the most productive fisheries in the world, but infrastructure issues and a lack of access to cold chain in the Somali region means the fish often spoil before they can make it to the larger inland markets. So developing a reliable cold chain system will create jobs, it'll reduce spoilage, it'll increase the profits for the fishers, and it will improve food security. Peace to me is not the absence of conflict. I think differences in opinion are what push society forward, and we should never seek to diminish that. Peace is just fair and effective conflict management. My favorite part about working at OEF is I have a job that I believe contributes to making the world a better place. I find it interesting, and I get to work with people that make me want to be better. And so I think that is a really rare trifecta to find in a job, and I feel very fortunate.